Welcome back, everybody, to Invested Intelligence. So, give up all of your crypto. This is the message that is being sent. If we take a look at Signature Bank here, Signature Bank's prospective buyers must agree to give up all crypto business. This is very interesting. There's this running theme that they are supposedly not shutting down this bank because of crypto-related, issues. But if we kind of run a little bit further down, we'll see. I think part of what happened was that regulators wanted to send a very strong anti-crypto message, and yet a little bit further down we read, however, the New York Department of Financial Services has denied that crypto had anything to do with its decision to shut Signature Bank, instead saying that it was due to a crisis of confidence. And yet, if that's the case, then why is Signature being told prospective buyers must agree to give up all crypto business if it isn't about cryptocurrency? Some of these messages that they're sending are almost to the point where it's so brazen, this attack on cryptocurrency, that they just don't care anymore because it's kind of in the bag. I think for me anyway, at least, something like this is such an arrogant thing to do, by the powers that be, that it just shows they just don't care anymore. And if we keep going, we see here crypto investors pull 3 billion from stablecoin USDC in 3 days. You kind of bring it over to stablecoins. USDC is obviously a giant. And then ultimately you start to see this kind of running theme of, create a problem, get people to panic. $3 billion is obviously a lot of money to be pulling out of a stable coin. It has since repegged, but ultimately this is another issue, that causes instability in the market. And obviously if USDC was to ever go under, this would be a big, big problem crypto wide. Coming over here to the UK, it's not getting any better. NatWest limits cryptocurrency transfers over scam fears. This is what their customers are being told. I received this message myself. I don't use NatWest anymore, but I still have a bank that's, or at least a bank account that's open with them. $1,000 a day limit, sending money to exchanges for cryptocurrency, and a $5,000 limit monthly. I think this, invariably is going to be to the point where they'll just kind of say, look, we're not doing business with anybody that is, involved in cryptocurrency at all. And I think that's the way that this is headed, which is unfortunate. And fingers crossed, dare I say this, CZ's made mention a few times about potentially, getting a bank or opening a bank or purchasing a bank. If that was to happen, I think that would be a very good thing for cryptocurrency, assuming that everything is on the up and up with Binance, because there's always that 1%. So latest crypto news, US Treasury to release report on criminal use of DeFi. Binance stops UK transactions. Again, we're seeing this running theme. Create this disdain for cryptocurrency. Make DeFi out to sound like it's really, really bad, that it's no good. We in the cryptocurrency space know, that DeFi is obviously very powerful. And it allows us to be able to take advantage of a lot of situations that we would normally not be able to do, especially when it comes to managing funds and, taking advantage, potentially yielding and, sort of staking, these types of things. But they're pushing really, really hard to create this narrative that DeFi is dangerous. We know there's scams, but there's scams everywhere. I remember posting a video a while ago where I did an analysis of, normal scams in terms of traditional financial scams and then scams within cryptocurrency. And traditional financial scams, they absolutely dwarf in numbers in terms of lost funds. Anything that cryptocurrency could even come close to is, the number's so insane, that the fact that they're trying to make crypto out to be so dangerous and so bad, it's like, sort your house out, get your ducks in a row. So again, this is just going to be this continued theme. I think over the next 2 to 3 months, we're probably going to see this accelerating a little bit. And how is that going to affect the markets themselves? Obviously, if we just quickly go over to the NASDAQ for a second, you can see the NASDAQ is stabilizing up in this area. We've got unemployment claims that are coming out. Nope, they're already out as of the recording of this video. No real movement. This is kind of real time, I guess. Yeah, there's nothing really happening here. But ultimately, if we just kind of take a look at the big picture, you can see that the NASDAQ is basically holding in this area. We go over to the S&P. I do believe that the S&P is going to, continue to move lower. It is a bit weaker than the tech sector at the moment, which is very strange because the tech sector has obviously had a bit of a pounding over the last year. But going over to cryptocurrency itself, we know, and I was making a mention of this recently, that 20 to 22,000 is a key level for Bitcoin. Don't really want to see price coming back through this for the bullish momentum to maintain. I will attest that so far we're seeing a little bit of strength in Bitcoin, which seems to be holding, but ultimately I don't believe that this is going to be a continuation for a multi-year run. If we do continue to the upside, we may see 30, maybe possibly 35, but I'm not holding my breath, and I'm certainly not going to be engaging with the market until I've seen something absolutely concrete and something that I can have confidence in. If we go over to Binance, Binance is currently today roughly around about 312. It's been bouncing up and down a little bit between sort of 310 and around about 320. But again, big broad range consolidation. We've already done a pickup of sell side just here. Big pickup down here of buy side. So we're basically bouncing between two pretty strong fractals. And until we break out upside or break out downside, there's not really much, that we can do. But I just want to quickly note before we close out the video, anything can happen at any moment in any market, right? And that may seem like a really broad statement to make, but because of everything that's currently happening with the news, with crypto, with FDIC, with Signature Bank, with Silicon Valley Bank, and some of these other things, this is really sort of front and center. It's in our face. It's not like we can look at the markets and say there's nothing happening. There is absolutely a lot happening, so be cautious, be mindful, and although I'm not here to give financial advice, have a plan. Make sure that you have a plan for whatever that is for you, especially when it comes to cryptocurrency, which can be extremely volatile, and make sure that you're engaging in a safe way, for whatever your investment plans are. With that said, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day or evening, wherever you are in the world, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. All the best. Ciao for now.